I'm Krishna. I'm having 10 years of industrial experience working for a global MNCs as a lead cloud engineer and database architect. Also, I'm having a 4 years of experience in a corporate training. Okay, shall we have a quick recap? So can someone start that what we discussed yesterday? 5 minutes, quickly we'll do it. Recap. Please speak. Ganesh.
Yes, Krishna. Yesterday we discussed again the asset properties like database.
Yeah, asset properties we discussed. Because someone has one not understand, we discussed about asset properties. Okay, what else we discussed?
About the schema, tables, rows
Schema,
and columns.
tables, rows plus columns. Tables is equals to rows and columns. Yes. What else we discussed?
What is data mart?
What is data mart? Good. Yes, we discussed this. What else we discussed?
Data definition language.
Data definition language, which is called DDL. Okay.
DML, DCL.
Okay.
Transaction control.
DCL. We are yet to discuss this one. DCL, DQL. Okay. What else? Others. Please speak. Please speak. If you are not understanding, also at least try to say some words that you would have been understand, right? So where exactly the data gets stored in a databases? Which objects? Tables. Okay. What else? The type of questions we asked. So let me ask a question in this, right? So SQL. So yeah, anybody can define that what is SQL?
Structured query language.
Structured query language. That's fine. Can you tell me that what is the use of this SQL?
It will interact with the database.
Organized data. Data will be present in the database in an organized format.
Okay.
So basically, I use a structured query language to fetch or query this data.
Querying the data. Okay. Anybody wants to put it in another way?
Or you can update, insert.
Yeah, you can do all your crude activities.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? What is SQL?
It is a simple query language which will interact with the database.
Yeah, intercommunicating with
databases.
Okay. It's a one language to communicate with the databases. Okay. What else what else we can do with SQL?
We can create the tables, views, procedures, functions.
Yeah, using this you can create different objects.
Different objects.
Yeah, different objects. The purpose of each one is going to be a different thing. Okay. So we discussed all this. Anything else we discussed? Sales, this one, no SQL we discussed. Overlap, atomicity. Okay, this is all we discussed yesterday. Okay, so today we didn't talk about detail about why we are calling DDLs. There are 5 type of SQL commands, right? So anywhere, you take, right? This SQL is common across everywhere and any databases. Okay, probably slightly the syntax might change or the function names might change, but overall 99.99% everywhere it's going to be a same logics. Okay, if you know the common SQL how to be written, so if you either you go to HQL, either you go to JQL, either you go to some other SQLs, so everywhere it's the same logic of a SQL you will be writing. Okay, there is no deviation to it. Okay, so what happens, right? So when think that now we are learning in a MySQL. Okay, the same kind of SQL you can able to write it in a Snowflake, but what difference is few functions. Okay, some 5 to 6% or 10% of they will be in extra functions which would have been implemented by a Snowflake or introduced by a Snowflake. Those can slightly change. Okay, but those functions you will be writing as what we are learning over here. Okay, similar fashion, if you take BigQuery or if you take any other Hive, right? If you take Hive or you take any other. Okay. Only what will happen is the same kind of SQL what we going to learn, we will implement the same thing. Only thing is there is a slight changes happens. So if you understand the common SQL how to be written, so all these things will be covered. Okay. So where this whole SQL queries will be fall under. Yesterday we discussed there are 5 types of SQL commands. Okay. Those are, we discussed about DDL, okay, which is a definition language. Okay, one is like another one is a DML, which is a manipulation language. Okay, one is like a DQL, which is a query language, and one is another one DCL, which is a control language. Okay, and TCL, which is a transaction control language. This all commands we can able to execute on a databases or a data warehouses. So yesterday we discussed about DDL. Okay, so what is DDL?
Data definition
Data
language.
definition language. Yeah, definition language. Can you elaborate that? What kind of definition? What is the definition?
Create.
Create, alter, drop. Yeah.
Create, alter, drop. These are all the commands. Okay, you can able to do it. That's totally fine. What else? What exactly definition? You mean definition means?
It define the database or tables, how it
Define
will
the
be,
databases,
structure
tables.
of the tables, we can say.
Exactly. So you are giving some meaning to some particular object. You are defining it. Okay. When any table, so where we say the data will get stored in a views. Okay. So what kind of data will store into your tables? It's okay. Table is fine. If something is like I have created table dummy and I have can't give everyone's random information inside that. Is it something like Bangalore bus is moving 100 kilometers, Krishna? So there is no meaning to it. Okay. So always you should have some definition to the tables. Okay. How the definition will be created. Okay. So when we create some table, right? Always there will be some name to it. What is that name? I would say product information. Okay. Or else let me put it as Tata. Okay. Coffee products. Okay. So now by someone seeing this particular name, I'm understanding in a way, okay, there is a table created. They named it as a Tata Coffee products. Okay. So this particular table is talking about Tata Coffee products. Okay. There is some meaning to it. Okay. Okay. That's fine. What kind of products they are giving? Give a definition to it. What is the definition says? Okay. When you come say that product, there would be a multiple products. Product name. Okay. Next one is product release date. Okay. Product cost. Okay. Product manufacturing date. Okay. Release date and different manufacturing date. Okay. Product ingredients. Okay. So I have created some table like this. Okay. So now I have given this information to Soumya. Okay. Soumya, I didn't tell anything to Soumya. I just given this information to Soumya. Soumya, what it understand? She will look at this one. She will try to think, okay, this is a Tata coffee products. Okay. If I see inside this one, they have a product name, release date, cost, manufacturer, and ingredients. By seeing this, I could able to understand this table contains, there are all products, when it is been released, what is the cost of each product, when it is manufactured, when is expired, and what are the contents being mixed in each product. So now she could able to understand each product of the data over here. Okay, where I could have defined something definition I have given to this particular table. Okay, so now this is a definition. You designed it. You designed a table to give a definition for this one, which explains to the people what exactly the data it contains. Okay, if you want to create this definition, the commands you will be using is DDL commands. Okay, so what are all the DDL commands will be fall under? It is a create, drop, alter, and truncate. Okay, what is this create, drop, alter, truncate? Okay, so going back here. Okay, going back here. So we alter, truncate. Okay, so now my question, someone asked you saying that, okay, this 4 types of commands are DDLs you are calling. Can you explain me why we are calling it as a DDLs? Okay, definition. A definition is a created. Someone has to create the definition. That is simple. So as you have to define the definition, you are using a create. Create makes sense. Okay, you are creating something like this, which is making a definition. Okay. Next one is alter. In what cases you will be doing an alter? So alter is the command which help you to make the changes to the existing tables. Okay. That means you can add the columns, you can remove the columns, you can change the data types, you can change the values of the data types. So you can do many things. What is that mean is the table structure you will be changing. Okay. This commands. Okay. All these commands, what happens is these commands will change the structure of the tables, presence of the tables. Okay. What create has done? Create has created a table. It's nothing to do with the data. Okay. So inside this, there is a data. So think that product name, right? Product name is coffee, instant coffee. Okay. Think that instant coffee is the product. Okay. And released on some November 1st. Okay. And the next one is cost is 100 rupees, manufactured on so January 1st. And then ingredients is blah, blah, blah. So I'll put some etc, etc, etc. Okay. This is the values you have it. Okay. In this particular table, the data is holding in this table is this one. Okay. Now what happened is when you create a table, you created the table, you created a definition of the table. Okay. Now, once you created the table, you have loaded a data. Okay. Then later you got a requirement saying that I want to add a one more column to this. Okay. Existing table. I want to add a one more column to this one. Okay. What is that column you want to add it? I want to add a product expiry date also. Okay. So let me put this. I want to add a product expiry also. Okay. So what is happening? There is a table already existing for us. Okay. Later you got a requirement saying that I want to add an extra column. Okay. Extra column to it. What you will do? You will alter the table. What is mean by alter? What is a literal English name of an alter? You are changing something which is existing. Okay. I'm altering my shirt. Okay. I'm altering the particular thing. Okay. I'm altering particular document. What is that means? You're trying to change which is something existing for you. Okay. Here also create is something initial design we have been done. Okay. Then later you got a requirement to make some change in that particular table. Okay. I take an example as just adding a column, new column. Okay. So I used an alter commands and change this particular shape of the particular table by adding a expiry product expiry column to it. Okay. To make any changes to the table. Okay. To make any changes to the table, existing tables, alter will be used for it. Okay. Now create is something definition created. Alter is something if you want to do any adjustments, you can do on existing table. Drop. What is the meaning of English drop? What is meaning of drop?
To let go or
To let go. Okay. So drop is something you got a requirement saying that you have created a table and the data is also loaded in that and everything is done and your manager or your business come and says to you, the work with this Tata Coffee products is done. Okay. There is no Tata Coffee products. No company is there at all. Okay. Now what do you need to do? You need to drop this one. They'll ask you saying that this table is no more required for us. What you will do is drop the tables. Okay. What could be the intention of dropping the tables? Okay. Drop the table means what it will means it will remove the table from database. Okay. So if you see here, what happens here it is first we created. If there is any adjustments to be done, we have done that. I have added a new column as part of alter statement. I have added a new column called as in a product expiry and I have dropped this table. My business said that there is no use of this particular table. I have dropped it. Okay. What could be the reason why we need to drop this? Okay. One interview question for experienced folks. So they will say that I will do optimization of my databases. Okay. Or I will be applying my retention logics on a databases. Okay. So this drop is very important for them when they explain what could be the reasons why we want to drop the tables.
Because of more storage. More storage.
More storage, good. Okay, storage, every table which have an information, I mean data. So we'll have a storage, right? It internally store data. So when it stores, it have a data inside. It has a capture as data storage, and which is day to day, every day. It is costly for you. Okay. So one thing is storage optimization you want to do. So you can drop it, which are redundant tables. Redundant tables means which is unnecessary for you to have it in your databases. One good optimizations. Okay. So second one. Any other you can think? Okay. So yeah.
We
Please
want
go
to
ahead.
create the table again.
Space issue. Space comes under storage only.
What issue? Sorry.
Space.
Storage is nothing but a space only.
Okay. Then
So let me tell you something. Okay. I would say a best example is, okay, something I want to give little weird one. Okay, what I'll do is, okay, this is something which, if you hold something in your home with you in hand, okay, I would say this is not legal to have it. Okay, I will say drop it somewhere else. It's not legal to have it. Okay, in that cases, what you will do? I say that this product is very illegal to have it handy. Okay, let's take a weapon or something. Okay, it's illegal to have it with you. What you will do?
security.
Security. What kind of security in a data? What is security in data? So what happens is, think that I have Ganesh information with me. I'm say that I'm from coffee company. Ganesh was my client. Okay, Ganesh was my client, and then what happened is, I've collected all the information of Ganesh. Ganesh name, phone number, email address, his home address, no, whatever is there. Okay, his Aadhaar number, many things I have captured it. What happened is, after 10 years, Ganesh says that I'm done with this company. I'm going out of this company. Okay. So there is nothing that I can do business with you guys. So I'm leaving. Okay. After 10 years. Okay. Then what happens? Is it legal for me to hold the Ganesh information?
Yes, misusing.
Exactly. So data misuse can happen here. Okay. So what happens is, whenever there is a data which is a sensitive data for you, okay, sensitive data means which you are going to impact the particular persons, okay, with their personal informations, right? So that kind of data, if any tables which are holding that information which is irrelevant for you, okay, so then those tables should be dropped. Okay, those tables should be dropped, or if only some records are there, those records should be deleted. That we will discuss about delete. Okay, so any tables which are explicitly holding this kind of information, right? So you have to drop it. As an architecture, you should design your solution all the time. You should always check. Okay, every day you have to check whether the data which you are holding is a relevant information or not. Okay, and if it is not a relevant information for you, you have to drop it. Okay, so how you can drop it is, there are some rules for it. Okay, so when you go to UK, there will be a GDPR rules. Okay, when you go to US, so there are many things like PII. Okay, PII or NPI or HAPII. Okay, and PCDI card information. Okay, these are all personal identification informations, non-personal information, health information, health personal informations, card personal information, personal card identification informations. Okay, so this all information is there, right? There will be a rules for this one. If a person left your company within a, he left, and you should not hold their data more than 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, or you can hold his name, but you should not hold his credit cards. You cannot hold his addresses. You cannot hold his phone numbers like that. Okay, so as an architect, your role should be understand this business rules, and you have to implement this drop logics. Okay, so does it make sense why you want to drop at a few places? Data privacy, perfect. Okay.
No, it will be a record only, no, Krishna. It will not be an
If any
entire table
tables,
drop. No?
yeah, I will go to the delete ones. I'll explain the delete. So if you think that any table which is holding an irrelevant thing, that there is a table created to hold this sensitive data, and they thought that this email addresses we are not going to capture going forward, and there is a table which is capturing a email addresses for you. In that cases, that particular whole table is not required for you. Okay, it's based on requirements again and saying. So as I said that drop the tables and delete the records also. I'll go to the deletes.
And this drop is a permanent drop or a logical drop? Can we recover the recover once it is dropped? Can we recover the table again?
Yeah, so good question, right? So if I drop, I'm saying that the table will get removed from your databases. Okay, so he's saying that once we drop it, can it be recoverable or it cannot be recoverable? Okay, so usually how backend happens, right? As a developer, as a person, you should understand once it is dropped, it's a dropped. There is nothing, there is no chance for you that you can able to get back this data. But ideally, what happens is DBA teams, right? Database administrator teams, what they do is they will keep this drop, okay, for certain period. That is like a for 24 hours. Okay, if you go to for 24 hours, or probably if you think that the company thinks that no, if anybody drops some particular table, there would have been a wrong intention on it. What I'll do is I will have this backup for at least for a 1 week. Okay, it's up to the company how they want to take this backups. Okay, so you have what you need to do generally, how real time it happens in a project is once by mistake, if you have dropped something, how can you retrieve back it is you need to go to DBAs, raise an incident with DBAs, and ask them whether this particular table been backed up in particular times. Okay, on premises, what happens is ideally for every 1 hour or possible to 4 hours, they will be backing up your all databases. In case anything goes wrong, okay, they will take your backup database and they will get your data onboarded into the actual databases. Okay, so now your table is dropped and your company is maintaining in a backup also. Then you can go to your DBA and check if this particular table is being backed up, and you can get it back to your this one. Okay, but the backup will be available only for a particular time, and also rising in a real time. This is not an easy task. Okay, DBA will ask you why you have dropped it. Okay, if it is an important thing, why you have dropped it. Okay, and this backup, getting from a backup also, DBA needs to spend a lot of time on it. Okay, so but yes, it's based on a companies. If they are maintaining the backup, you can ask them. Okay, so anybody freshers also, right? If you get into project and you have something happen on your databases, the first idea you should get is you should ask your manager, I'm going to raise an incident with the DBAs to know whether this particular tables is been backed up. Okay, I can ask them to revert it from backup database to my actual databases. Okay, if DBA says that no, we are not maintaining any backup, that table is gone forever. Okay, does it make sense? Ganesh, or who is that asked?
Yes, Krishna. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Yeah. Soumya, so does this mean the data cannot be recovered from backup once dropped? Also, we cannot do create or replace table instead of a drop command. So yeah, so I'll come to that point, create or replace tables. Okay. So once your backup is not there, this is done. Your drop table is dropped. It's done. Okay. And next one is create or replace table, right? So here I mentioned create table. Okay. So create or replace table means, what is replace meaning? Normal replace meanings. Okay, so I'll give you a small example. So I'll say that there is a 100 kg rice bag is there. I have replaced it with 120 kg now. Okay, what does this mean?
The structure is existing, but only the data is changing.
No, not exactly. Anybody else?
You created a new data that has replaced the previous one.
Created a new
record that has replaced the previous one.
I'm going in this dialogue. So what I'm going to do is I'm not adding an extra to this one. I have replaced this total bag. Okay, rice bag is there, 100 kg bag is there, and I have replaced it with 120 kg bag. That means the existing whole bag is taken off. It's not like I have added a 20 kg to the existing bag. Have replaced this whole bag with a 120 kg of bag. You got a new bag now. The size of the bag will change. Okay. The content of the bag also is going to change. Okay. When you do the create or replace, okay, then what will happen is if the table exists, okay, what it will do means it replaces with your content which you are going to add it. You have to be very careful. What will happen with create or replace it means, so what it will do means the inside internal data of this one is also going to be changed. Okay, it's equivalent to your it's equivalent to a drop only. Okay, create or replace, what is this replace means, the structure also you're going to change. Okay, what it do means it checks first this table is there or not. If this table is not there, create will activate and it will create the new table for you. Okay, if table is already existing and the replace will get activated, and then what will happen is the structure, if you would have changed any structure with the existing, this is existing, so this one you would have been added product underscore, okay, saying that product underscore ID. Okay, now what will happen is your table structure will automatically change. All the data which is already existing into this particular table is gone. Okay, when you do this one, your data is totally gone. Okay, what could be the alternative? So you have a requirement. So this is a good point. I'll give you a requirement. Okay, what I need to do is in existing table, I have to add product ID. Okay, very regular requirements you will be getting like this. Developers will be usually getting this kind of requirements. What is your better approach for this? What is your better approach to this? And what are the questions you will ask me? So if I ask you a requirement is this one, there is a table existing called as in a Tata Coffee products. Okay, in this table, we want to introduce a new column called as in a product ID. Okay, I would say this product ID for now, you can populate it as, okay, one value for all the records. Okay, so now what is your approach of doing it?
Altering the table.
Altering the table. Why you need to alter the table? What is alter means?
Making changes to the existing table without any I mean, like the existing table retains the same, but we are adding a new column to that existing table.
Okay, so altering the table, that is good. Okay, so you are altered the table to add a new column that we have discussed here. Okay, now when you executed your alter, it went here. Okay, it got added here. Okay, you added here. So what if I run this create and replace? Why can't I run that?
Because if we have inserted any values in the I mean the existing table, so when we give a replace, the content in the existing table completely gets removed.
Exactly. Okay, so what happens is when you run create or replace, okay, the first action it will do is the existing data in this particular table. Okay, the existing data in this particular table will get dropped first. Okay, and then it will recreate the table. Either you change the structure, either you don't change the structure. Okay, think that like this, another statement. Okay, try to understand. If you are confusing, let me know. Okay, so the table is like this. Okay, data is also like this into the inside the table. Okay, now what happened is I'm not changing any structure here. I will just re-execute this one. Okay, when it sees, when you take this particular command, when it sees this particular command, what it will do means first it will drop all the data from this particular table. Okay, and try to recreate the same structure. Okay, SQL will not put any intelligence in backend to understand something and say you that this is, you didn't change any structure over here. Okay, it simply says you asked me to create or replace. Okay, create or replace, you ask me, right? What I will do is, all I can do is I will drop the table, existing table, and recreate this particular table for you. That's all it will do. Either structure being changed, either the structure is not changed. Okay, so that's the reason anytime if you have a requirement, the first thing you have to do is, so existing table, is there any changes happening to the existing table? Okay, first thing, okay, any change, very important, I'm writing the points, okay, any changes to be done on existing table, any requirement it could be, okay, the first thought process should go to alter. Everything you can do, first thought process should go to the alter. In case you want to add a column, or you want to remove a column, and you want to change the data type. We didn't talk about the data types yet, but I'll cover that, okay. You want to change the data type, or you want to have a default values. We will discuss about what is default values also. Default value, anything, okay. In an interview, if a person asks you saying that I want to change the structure of my table, what you will do for me? Okay, you should ask a question saying that, is there a data available in the table? If he says yes, there is a data available, then it always better to go with an alter statement. Okay, if there is no data, it's having a zero records, what you do? Then go with the directly creating the create or replace. You can go with the create or replace, or you can go with alter. I would say 100% all the time what you can do is, if there is any changes should be happen to the existing table, go with an alter statement. Okay, that will help you a lot, not making any problems to the existing tables. Okay, the only danger thing with this create or replace will drop your data in the backend. Okay, very important question, which little bit confusion when it creates when you are talking to the interviewer. Okay, anybody didn't understand this?
So the replace is for using the same table name, is it? So instead they can create a new table, right? So it's if it's something like a drop and creating the new table, correct?
Correct, that's right. Okay, so very good question. Why we want to use a replace here? Okay, so what happens here it is, now I would say I'm I'm giving, you attended a marriage, okay, some person is distributing plates to someone else. He is already distributed a plate to you, okay, and again he is coming to try to give you plate. What is your answer here? Did you understand my question? So there is a already plate being distributed to you, and he came back again, he is coming and started giving you the plate. What is your answer to him?
You already have the plate.
I already have that.
That's an error. Okay, that's errors throws by a database. What database it says is, when you don't put this replace, right, what this database says is there is already table available, you are trying to recreate it again. Okay, that error you will be getting. What happens is database already knew that there is a table already existing, you're trying to recreate the same table, you're trying to create the same table. Okay, then it's a problem. What is a better way to remove this error in a same marriage scenario? What is the, how can you correct that issue? How can you correct that issue is, throw existing plate with you, okay, and take new one. Okay, same database, what you can do is drop the table and run the create statement again. Okay, this you can do it, right? In case of doing a two commands, drop command and then create command, you can simply write create or replace. This also does the same thing. What it does is, if the table is not existing, automatically it will create it. If the table is existing with you, it says that it drops the existing table and replaces with a new structure. Okay, this error is also very important interview questions. Okay, if when you created someone, right, can you write a command to create a table, they will ask you. Okay, if you are not used a replace over here, okay, then they will say that I want to create the same table again. What will happen? You have to say, it will throw an error saying that there is already table existing. Okay, then what is your course of action? Then I'll say I will add a create or replace. This is a nice way of telling it. Okay, instead of you writing the drop statements, nice way of writing the query is create or a replace. Okay, does that make sense? Who was that the question asked? Sumant, does that make sense, Sumant?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, any other questions on this? Any questions on create, alter, drop? Okay, so next one is Okay, so we understand what is a create, what is a replace, what is a drop, and what is a alter, and we understand which way, what is better. Alter is the optimization, or you can see the correct way of doing any changes to the existing table is an alter. Okay, so now final one is truncate. Okay, the final one is truncate. What is truncate, right? So there is three words. There is very important interview question. One is a truncate, drop, and delete. Okay, delete. So we say truncate and drop is something about our DDLs. Okay, drop plus truncate are DDLs, DDL commands. Okay, delete is something called, we call it a DML. Okay, so DDL means a definition languages. Okay, so now what will happen is drop means it is dropping the whole table. You cannot see any, a table existing in your databases. What is truncate does is truncate will remove all the data inside the table. The existing table will still exist. Okay, there is no change to the table, nothing will happen. Only thing is the existing data will get removed from the tables. Truncate means it truncates all the data in the table. Okay, drop means removes the table. You won't be seeing it in database. Okay, what is truncate means? Removes all data, or else instead of remove, right, delete all data. Still you can see the table in database. Okay, so truncate, what happens now? If I run a truncate table name, or we have a coffee, right? So there I'll say like this, truncate table, my table name I have given. Okay, so what this does is it removes all the data. Okay, it removes all the data whichever is existing in the table, and it makes sure the 0 records are existing into the table, but table exists. Okay, in this case what happened is when you executed drop table name, what will happen is this particular table itself is done, removed. Okay, that table you won't be seeing in a databases. Okay, in drop tables there is no table will be existed. In truncate table no data will be existed, but table will be existed for you. Okay, coming to the delete. Okay, what delete will have is, if you have a requirement to remove only certain records based on a condition, that means the people who are living in Hyderabad, the people who are living in a Delhi, or people who are holding the product called as an instant coffee. Okay, this records, if you want to remove it on based on a condition level, then your delete is going to helpful. So what you will be doing is delete. Okay, from table means from whatever the table we have created, where product name is equals to instant coffee. Okay, instant coffee. So you hear what you are trying to do here, it is you are trying to remove a data. Okay, you are trying to remove a data which is only the condition satisfies, that is an instant coffee. That means you are trying to remove only certain records, okay, that satisfies the conditions. Okay, so if you see here, first one is dropping the whole table. The table itself will not be exist. Second one is the whole records will get truncated. There is no condition you can write for it. There is no condition. If you run this particular command, all the records inside your particular table will get removed and becomes the record count is equals to 0. Okay, in these scenarios you have a flexibility to write a conditions. Based on a condition you can able to delete the data. Okay, that means instant coffee people holding 10 people are holding this record, then what will happen is those 10 records will get deleted. Okay, those 10 records will get deleted. Okay, so one more thing, in case if I don't give this condition, okay, if I don't give this particular condition, okay, if you just write the delete from table, then this particular command will treat it as all the records to be deleted, records to be deleted, and it behaves like truncate. Okay, keep this in mind. This is very, very important. and you have to, when someone asks you about what is the difference, you have to explain all this. Okay. Drop says the actual table will get dropped. Okay. Truncate says all the records existing into the table get drops. Okay. Delete will give you a flexibility to have any conditions to it. Based on a conditions, the records inside the tables are getting removed. Okay. In case if you don't give any conditions to that particular table, if you write just delete from a table, it thinks that there is no condition and all the records will be treated to delete the records, but still the table is exist. Okay. In this case, the table will be existed. Okay. Table will get dropped only at the place of where it is a dropped. Okay. Does this difference make sense? Does this difference make sense?
Yes, Krishna.
Yes.
Okay. So for this, right, what I'll do is quickly I'll create a differentiation. Very important, very, very important. Okay. So what happens is, why I'm saying very, very important this one, right? So it actually, some people think that, okay, someone asked me to run, he asked me to remove all the records. Okay. They will say all the records they will call. Okay. But you think that, okay, all the records, right? Can we run a drop? Okay. Drop will not only the records, it drops the table also. Okay. That's if you drop the table, you're gone. You think you have to go back to the backup and get the data, get the table to be created and all. So there is a lot of problem in that. Okay. So we have to be very cautious in that cases. Okay. Let me quickly put that differentiation. Okay.
And Krishna, here also truncate or delete or what I think there it can be by mistake, it can be recovered by admins.
Yes,
Data
you can
be
recover
recovered.
everything, right? So
Wow.
for every
Yeah.
4 hours, okay, it's again company. This wherever I worked when I was in UK, it was a 4 hours. Now it's a 1-day backup. Okay, because my company doesn't have that much money to store every 4 hours data. Okay, it's about the companies. What they do is they will keep backing up it. For every 4 hours, it will be automatically backed up. Okay, and then what will happen is in that 4 hours, if you could realize that there is something removed and you need to back it up, you can get it done. Okay, each and every action of your database will be backed up. Okay, you have to be little cautious and you have to go in time to them. This backup also will be available only for 15 days or 12 days, I believe, 2 weeks or 15 days, I believe. Okay, if you don't realize in that 15 days, you have to, your data is gone forever. Even DBS can't help you anything. Does it make sense, Ganesh?
Yeah, yes, Krishna. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So this 3, right? So again, I'm putting this one. If anybody didn't understand this one, please ask me. I'll try to make it understand with some other example. Okay. So, but very, very important. Okay, let me put the differentiations. Okay, let me write. So drop. Okay. Table exists. Okay. If you run a drop command, table will exist. No. Okay. Delete. Yes. And truncate also. Yes. Okay. Data drops, data removes. Okay. Drop, table itself is gone. That means directly the data is also gone. Yes. Okay. So delete also, you can remove the data. Okay. Yes. And truncate also, truncate will be used to remove all the records. Okay. Yes. Condition. Can I write condition to drop, truncate and delete? Condition you cannot write for drop. Delete, yes. Truncate also, no. Okay. So these 3 are very, very, very important. Okay. These 3 are very, very, very important when you are talking about this particular tables. Okay. So any questions on this one? Anybody didn't understand this? Can I take everyone as understand it? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So you understand the difference, right? Very, very important concept, this one. So next one is, here I said that delete is a DML command. Okay. What is a DML command, right? Data manipulation language, right? Manipulation. What is a manipulation? Yeah, Sai, please go ahead, Sai. Sai, you there?
Manipulation is that you can manipulate the data.
Manipulate the data. That's right. Yeah. What is manipulate in a normal word?
Manipulate is nothing but
Replacement, the existing
correction,
or changes.
Correction, replacement, okay, modification, okay. You can call anything. I manipulate you guys very well. So I manipulated, particular data, something like in a different way. So something is a manipulation that you are making a change something to the existing databases. Okay. Data inside the tables are not databases, data inside the tables. Okay. It's manipulation always talks about a data. Okay. Always the talks about a data means records. Okay. So the manipulation happens on a data level, but when you go to the DDL, it is happening on top of the table level, definition levels it is happening. Now, when we are writing a DML commands, we can't make any changes to the definitions, but we can make a changes to the data inside that particular definitions. Okay, so now I'm talking DDLs is something which is a definitions we are making a change. DMLs is something we are trying to make the changes to existing data inside the tables, not to the tables, data inside the tables. Manipulation language always deals with the data inside the tables, which are called records. Okay, which you can call it as a rows or a records, whatever it is, fine. Okay, so what and all will come under it, what and all commands will come under a data manipulation language. Okay, so you go here, so you will be seeing DML actions are insert, update and delete. Okay, so what is insert and update and delete? So insert, update and delete. Okay, so now I'm inserting in a record inside a table, a normal word, right? So that means you insert a data into a table. Okay, just you are adding a one more row inside a table. Okay, next one is you are updating the data. So now what updating the data means? Now inserting a data, right? So I say Krishna is bought a product called as an instant coffee. Okay, so now this is the record I have put it into my table. Later what I want to do it, there is a something called I got there is an update happened. Okay, that means Krishna not exactly bought an instant coffee. He bought something called as a different product that is called as an extra instant coffee or something like that.
order tea.
Sorry, what is that?
Instead of coffee, order tea.
Or tea, yeah, anything. Okay, so now you have to make some change to the existing data that you are making an update. That means you want to change something as called instant tea. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. So you have to
Krishna,
make. Yeah, go ahead. What is that?
So one more important thing is missing, right? In DML, select statement, select insert, right?
Select will come under DQL. Okay,
oh,
which is a data query language.
Okay, but in DB2 we'll say that, okay.
There is a contradictory for this one. Okay, so this is a contradictory. So when you say DBT, there is a select comes under manipulation, but with the select, you cannot manipulate anything. You just can able to select the data. Okay, so you cannot manipulate, you cannot change the form of the data. Okay, that's the reason we still call it as it's a DQL language. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me go this one. So what are the DML actions is? Anybody ask you DML actions? 3 actions: insert, update and delete. So inserting the records into the data table, updating the records in a table and deleting the records into a table. Okay, so let me quickly walk through the one example. I'll create a one quick example. Okay, so let me remove this all. I'm going to create a table. Okay, create table. So same Tata coffee products. Okay, inside this I'm going to create, I'll just use the 2 columns for now, not more. Okay, product name. Okay, let's call it as in a varchar comma. Don't worry guys, this varchar and all I'll explain in the next class what is the data types. Okay, then product ID. Okay, this is called number. Let's put it as a number, or else let's put it as an integer. Okay, and then I'm going to create the table. Let's create the table. Okay, something failed. It is saying you have an error in SQL syntax by the model. Okay, this one, like, let me give some length to this. Okay, I'm creating a table. I have what is this says? No database selected. Tata. Okay. Okay, I will be creating it in a cloud data engineering. Okay, So this is my schema. Yesterday we discussed. I'm creating a table called as a Tata Coffee products. Inside this products, I have a 2 columns, which is a product name and product ID. And I'm creating the table. This is DDL I'm doing. Okay. So DDL is done. It is created. Table is created for me. Let's refresh this and go inside this. And I'm seeing a Tata Coffee products has been introduced, created. Okay. So now I want to do a modification to this particular 100. Okay. Then what I'll do, I want to increase this 100 to 120. That's a requirement to me. Okay. Then what I have done is alter table name. Okay. Modify. Okay. Product name. Okay. And then I have to change data type from varchar 100 to varchar 200. Okay. Then what I need to do, data type, and then varchar 100 to varchar 120. Okay. Alter table type. Why it is not coming type? One sec. This could be a syntax problem. Let me quickly pick the syntax. Okay. So SQL alter data type of a column. Okay. So let's quickly pick this one. I'll see what exactly we can do. Okay. So modify column name. Not column name. We want to do column data type. So column, not column name, data type we need, right? Alter column name, data type. Okay. So let me quickly see that data type. There is a syntax issue it is saying. Let me quickly see the syntax. Okay, modify column name. Okay, just we need to change. So what I need to change is, I'll just go here, remove this one. Okay, to this. Okay, I'm going to, okay, it's happening. This is throwing an error saying that modify column employee ID 2 is not, yeah, 2 is not required. Let me remove that. So usually what happens is when we do it on a multiple databases, this syntaxes will change. So we will be confusing all the time. Okay. So now it got executed for me. It was 100 for me before, right? So now I have changed it to 120. My requirement was, see Krishna, going forward, we have introduced a new product name. The size of the product name is greater than 100. Okay. So you have to change this to fit this value over here. Okay. Then let's check out this particular table is being changed for us or not. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll run this and we will see the particular table, whether it has been created with a 120 or not for us. Okay. One sec, it is getting executed. Okay. Whatever we have just seen, right? All the discussions we will see here. Okay. So let's see. Let's go here. Where is the columns? Why it is showing like this? One sec, guys. Let me go to this one. Okay, let me come down. Okay, here. Okay, you see here, now I changed it to 120. Okay, so in MySQL, in our Windows, right, you can see there is an icon called as an information of your table. When you click this, you will be getting all these informations. Okay, in this we are seeing a DDL. DDL is nothing but a data definition language. So it automatically created this table. So it created this table for me, and it was initially 100. Later, what I did is I have executed a alter command. I didn't run a recreate or replace. Okay. Now what I'll do is I will create or replace. First, what I'll do is I will insert the data. Now we are going to DMLs. We are going into DMLs. And then what we do is in this DMLs, I'm going to insert a data. What are the DMLs we have? We have is an insert. We have an update command and we have a delete commands. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a data into this particular table. How we insert the data? Okay. We need to write a syntax called as an insert into. Okay. So let me insert into this particular table. Okay. What are all the columns we want to insert it? That is a product name, PRODUCT, product name, comma, product ID. Okay. What values you want to insert? Okay. Right now I'm manually doing it. Going forward, we will learn that how these values will be automatically loading into the table by building the pipelines. Okay. So first now basic, we'll understand how you want to load the data into the tables. Okay. Values, product name is instant coffee. Okay. And next one is, let me have it as a double quotes. Okay. Instant coffee, and product ID is 100. Okay. I want to load a one more record inside this one. So that's called as an instant tea. Okay. And then I want to have it as a 1/1. Okay. So this is what I want to load the data. Okay. So now I'm running this one. So what I have written is insert into is the syntax of that particular inserting into the particular table, schema.table name. What columns I want to load? Product name and product ID. So product name is instant coffee in the first row. Product ID is in 100. In a second row, I am writing it as an instant tea. Okay, not team. Instant tea, and the product ID is a 1/1. Okay, I'm inserting the data. Okay, data got inserted for us. We will write the DQL. Okay, it's a data query language we call, right? So let's go here, select star from your particular table. DQL is nothing but a data query language. Only one command in a data query language, that's called as a DQ select statement. Okay, that select you see here, right? Select statement is a DQL. Okay, let me go here. DQL is nothing but a data query language. You are just querying the data. So whatever the two records I have inserted, those two records you can see here nicely, it's inserted now. Okay, now what we have learned here, DDL to create the table. Okay, DDL to create the table I have been done. And now what I have done, another DDL to change the size of this particular column alter I have been done. What is the next one? Create table, next one. What is the next command in a DDL? Drop.
Alter the table.
Yeah, the alter is already done, right? So alter we have executed already. Now what I'm going to do is I'm dropping the table. Okay, so dropping the table. Okay, so what will happen if I drop the table?
It will delete
You
all
drop
the
the
data.
data, not the structure.
It will
Get
drop
the
the
structure
table from the database.
storage as well.
Yeah, if you drop it, will table exist? Table will totally go off. Okay, data removes, yes, data also removes. There is no table itself, right? So going back, I'm executing the drop table commands. Okay, drop table name. Okay, so let me show you. Let me put a clause to it. Okay, condition where I'm saying that product ID is equals to 1/1, whether it will work or not for us. Okay, it's already throwing me an error now. I'm just running here. Okay, it says that you have a wrong syntax. You have an error in your SQL statement. Check the manual that corresponds to your SQL Server version to near where product is equals to 1/1. That means for a drop table, you cannot have any conditions that we have written here. Okay, drop table will not support any conditions for you. Okay, so as it is not going to support any conditions for us, I'm removing it. Okay, now I'm going to run this command. So once I run this command, what will happen? This is got dropped now, successfully executed. So if you refresh it, you see the table is been gone for me. Okay, there is no table for me now. Okay, so next command, what is next command in DDL?
Truncate.
Truncate table name. Okay, for this one, if you want to truncate means you're on an existing one, right? Let me recreate this table again. Okay, now here I'm writing create or replace. Okay, it will create if the table server splitting. Why happened? This is not saying create or replace is not. Okay, let me take it out. It's saying that replace is not there. I'll create it for now. I'll drop it anyway. Okay, so I have recreated the table again now. So now I'm going to truncate the data. So there is no data yet in this table. Okay, let me go here and insert the data. I'm inserting the data into the table now. Let's check whether it is created for us. And there is a data also inside this one. Okay, there is a data also loaded for us nicely. Okay, going back onto this one. Now, if I do truncate, what will happen if I do truncate? If I give a condition to it also, product ID is equals to 1/1. Okay, it's already started throwing an error for me saying that you cannot have a condition for this one. Okay. For truncate, you don't have a flexibility to write any conditions. Okay. That means when we come back here, so truncate, for truncate, will you able to write a condition? You cannot write a conditions. Okay. So going back here, whether the truncate is will execute with this condition, no, it will throw an error. So now what is our intention of running this truncate? What will happen comparing to drop to truncate?
Just deletes the
The
data
table
from the
will
table.
It just deletes the data, but still the table will be existed for us. Okay. So go and execute this one. So this is executed now. So I'm going to see whether the data is available in this table or not. Okay. 0 records. There are no records available to us. Okay.
But
0 records are
structure-
available. Sorry, go ahead,
Table
please go ahead.
structure and storage. Table structure and storage will remain the same.
Yes.
In drop,
Yeah, table structure will remain same. All the data will be removed so that your storage will be concise now. Okay. Your storage is reduced.
Storage will be consigned, but table
Storage will be still there. Yeah. Table
Yeah.
usually how we need to talk, right? Table, when you're talking about a table in a real-time scenarios, you don't talk about it's a storage. Okay. You talk about table is a metadata. Okay. Table metadata will still exist. Data storage is being concised. Okay. So whenever we talk about these tables, right? These tables and all, okay, this we will be calling as a metadata. Okay, these are all metadatas which will be available for us. This also backend, it have a storage only. Don't worry. In a normal terms, this also goes with the storage in a backend. Okay, but always when we talk about these tables, this metadata of these tables exist. Okay, only the storage will get removed. Okay, that's a nice way of conveying it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we understand a difference between drop table and a truncate table. Okay. Now the data is gone. I'm trying to reinsert the data into this particular table. Okay. Now insert is also we are comfortable. DDLs we are comfortable. Anybody have questions on DDLs? Create, alter, drop, truncate. Anybody have questions on this?
What were you mentioning about the metadata and storage? Can you repeat that?
So what happens is all these tables are structures, right? These are all not real-time data. This is not customer-related data. This is just a table created. Definition you have created doesn't have a data inside it. Now it's a 0 records, right? If I run this one, there is a 0 records. Just the table exists. Okay. Whenever we talk about the tables, it's a right word to use for that is, okay, right word to use for this, sorry, data is existing. Right word to use for the definition is it's a metadata. Okay. It defines that what kind of data it is going to hold it. Okay, but not exact data. This is instant coffee, instant tea is a right data. So when we call this is a data, this is a metadata. Okay. So if you use it as just a table definition exists is also correct word only you can use it. But the way people will use, right? When you go to the architect level, they will go to the lead levels, they will be using a word called as the actual data will get removed, the metadata retains. Okay, they use that word. So don't get confused. What is metadata? Metadata is nothing but definition retains, data get removes. Okay, is that fine? Okay, now DDLs, we are all clear, right? So DDLs, there are no confusion in DDLs now. Any other questions on DDLs? Okay, if I want to add in a new column to it, I want to add a new column. So what I'll do is add product name, product ID is there, right? Product, let's call it as a product count. Okay, let's think as a product count.
Product type.
A product type is also good. Okay, product type. What we can give product type, character, I'll give 10 here. Okay. I want to add a new column to it. I'm running this statement. Okay. So it executed now good, nicely for me. Let's check the information of the table. Okay. You see the product type is added for me. Okay. So whenever you want to add it, so always on existing particular table, make sure you have added something via using an alter. Don't recreate the table. Okay. Because whatever so now Krishna, you added this, right? There is a data existing also in the table. So how this particular column is being added? What is the values to is having it? Okay. What is the values it is holding right now? You should definitely ask a question when you get a requirement saying that there is a new column to be added. Interviewer asks you saying that there is a new column to be added to that. Okay. To that new column, I will add a new column to it. Not a problem. So what the data you're expecting in the new column is the definite question you need to ask. Okay. So what's the data I need to hold to it? Okay. He says that just add a column with the nullables. So it is already been handled. Okay. So don't worry, null and all, we'll discuss again how it will happen. Okay. You should ask, at least you should ask a question saying that we are adding a new column to it, right? What kind of data, what data we are trying to load into that particular column? Okay. Is something should ask in an interview, says that, okay, to show that she knows or he knows that if you are adding something, how you have to add a data also to it. Okay. So at least they will know that what is your thought process. Okay. So we added a column and there is a column also, the table structure also changed now. So we have executed all the DDL commands now. Okay. So now coming back to this DMLs. Okay. We already have a data inside this. Okay. We already have a data inside this. The data is called instant coffee, instant tea, 100, 101. Okay. Now my manager has told me saying that Krishna, for Tata instant coffee, just make it as a 102. That is 102. Okay. How you can able to update that? Okay. So let me update that. So you have to update when you are updating some records, you have to update, give the table name. Okay. Give the table name. Okay. Which record you need to do it. Your requirement is explicitly about where instant coffee should be changed as a 102. Okay. So set product ID is equals to 102. Okay. Where product name is equals to instant coffee. Okay. Okay. Instant coffee. Okay. So you see what I'm doing is he asked me to update where product name is in instant coffee, set it as a 102. Okay. So what you're writing, you're updating your table name, set product ID is equals to 102, where product name is equals to instant coffee. Okay. So when I run this particular statement, okay, try to understand, we are saying update in this table where only product name is equals to instant coffee, where it is 102, you have to set it up. Okay. So now I am running this. Okay. It's saying there isn't a problem. You are using a safe update mode. You try to update the table without a where condition. Where is that? Where condition, use that key column is to disable the safe code and see executed. Okay. What happened to this one? Update. I used a where condition, right? So what is happening? Product name. Let me execute it again. You're using a safe update mode. You try to update the table without a where that uses a key column to disable. No, that's okay. What's happening here? One sec. Let me quickly see the data, why it is throwing this. Okay. This is good. Coffee name is fine. And 100, and this is also good. Okay. So let me go here. Let me remove this all windows. Okay. In this one, instant coffee where product ID is equals to 102 and product name is equals to instant coffee. And let me see this products, Tata coffee products, where product ID is column name is correct and 102 and product name is equals to instant coffee. Okay. It's a
include product ID also.
No, we should not do that. One sec, it is saying reconnected. What is the reconnection here? No, this is correct. Something is it's throwing an error. Instant coffee, where it is, one sec, mode, safe mode. Something mode is being activated to it. One sec, query mode.
Update table name, right? We should have the keyword table, right?
No, there won't be any table. Yeah. There won't be any table. This is somehow something it is saying some mode is activated. You are using a safe update mode. I don't know what is this.
Okay.
I think
Can you run
there
the
is
same
an
query in
option in settings.
Sorry, what is that?
Can you run in the another tab?
No, it's not. Let me see. Sometimes this also happens.
No, if you want to switch off that mode, I think in options we need to search. So we'll
Safe
get that
mode is
option to switch.
activated. One sec. Let me run it in this one. Same one is happening. Some mode is activated in this one. What's a query mode? Execute limit rows call performs recon. It should be somewhere that mode is activated. Okay, safe mode, right? Let's set this safe. It's not a safe mode. It's something else. It is. There is no safe mode concept like that. Okay, so this is something. Let me. I'll check this one. Somewhere the mode has been changed to this one. Ideally, we should have been changed that. I'll check that, not a problem. Okay. I'll check that one. I'll change that servers and I'll make sure that I have posted that to you guys. Okay. Safe mode
Go
activated.
to SQL editor and reconnect. When safe mode is enabled, you cannot run a delete statement without where clause.
Sorry, what is that? Can you repeat it?
1 second. How do it's go to edit, preference, SQL editor, unlock safe updates.
Okay, there is a safe mode activated in this. Huh?
Yeah. Go to edit, preferences, SQL editor.
Okay, SQL editor, SQL execution.
Yeah, there will be safe mode.
I don't see safe mode in this one. Administration.
So
Safe
editor,
updates.
editor. Editor.
Safe in that summarizing.
Yeah, safe updates here.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
So let me check this out. Still showing the same one. I'll check this out. This is something like settings to be done. Okay. So no worries. We will change it. I'll check this out. Don't worry. So let me quickly check one thing. I just need to do one small check. Show contents, restore, autosave, internal DBMS connection, keep alive for 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. This is all deletes with no restrictions. Save. Rejects updates with no restrictions. Query updates, keep in uppercase. SQL execution. I think this all should be fine. Somewhere it has to be changed. Okay, I'll check that. Not a problem. I'll
maybe
share
refresh once. Maybe refresh or something.
Ideally not. Ideally not. Okay, it's about the tool where the safe update is being. So no, some updates is been restricted. They are making sure that no one executes the unnecessary updates or something. Okay, I'll check that. Not a problem. Okay, leave it to me. I'll check that. Okay. Is that? I'll check that, Soumya. No worries. Okay, I'll tell you that, guys. Okay, don't worry. But you guys understand it, right? So I'll execute it again. Okay, I'll show you that, you guys, next class. Okay, so I'll tell you the setting also. Okay, the settings where exactly you need to make a change. I'll check that. Okay, but anybody didn't understand this, what is the reason of why we are writing it? Okay, if I run this, how many records you are expecting it can change?
1 record.
1 record. Okay, what will happen if I remove this where condition?
For update every.
So we change our record.
You will change.
So we change our records.
Yes, exactly. Right? Precious, right? Who doesn't know SQL? Okay. So try to understand. Always running an update is something you have to be very, very cautious. What will happen is in this statement, what we are doing in this statement, we are trying to update a single record to 102 where instant coffee belongs to, where the product name belongs to instant coffee. That is this one. Okay. So if you remove this, okay, if you remove this one, so what will happen if you execute this? All the records in your table is going to be updated as a 102. Okay, in a similar fashion, let's take it in a similar fashion. What will happen if I do the same thing on a delete? Okay, if I do same thing on a delete, think that I'm writing like this. If I do this, okay, where instant coffee is equals to this one, how many records will get deletes?
1 record.
1 record. If I comment it out,
all records,
all the records will get deleted. Okay, so while performing you an update or delete, we should always keep in mind, we have to ask what is the condition should be satisfied. Okay, if you are not providing a condition, then what will happen is all the records, the actions in all the records will get updated or deleted. Okay, so we have to be very, very careful when we are running the update and a delete statements. Okay, so does it make sense? All DDLs and DMLs, unfortunately, it run because of the mode safe. I will tell you that where exactly you have to make the change. Okay, And probably I will post it in a WhatsApp group, or in next class also we'll discuss that. Okay. So any questions on a DDL, DML or a DQL? DDL, DML or DQL?
Krishna, how we can drop a column,
right?
Yeah, you can drop the column. So you can write the same statement instead of add, drop.
Drop, right? Yeah. Okay. Delete is without where will accept actually. You're
Yeah, it
saying
will
that
accept.
delete without.
Yeah, let me
Is
run
it?
that. I'll run this
Okay.
only.
It will accept.
Oh, it's having that mode activated. It is not making me to delete. Okay. If you run this one, automatically all your records will get deleted. Okay.
Okay.
I think someone got this one. Sumant got this. Save update. Yeah, one sec, Sumant. That's nice to have it. Let me quickly execute this and see. Unknown system variable. I think this system variable is not there.
No,
I'll check this.
Yeah, same thing we need to do. I also got previously the same.
Oh, is it? Okay. So it's okay. I'll check this one. This is something to be changed. So yeah, these are all system variables will be available. This also I'll talk tomorrow. I want to say there will be a lot of system variables will be available. You can set these variables whenever you want to change it, like an auto commit. Okay, auto commit is 0 and 1, right? 1/0 is something. 1 is an activate. 0 is in a deactivate mode. Okay. So we'll discuss these variables. What is this variables also? Okay, few variables. Usually admins will be doing it, not developers. Developers will not get an access to do this one, but we will check this one also. Okay, but don't worry, I'll check this, Sumant. Thanks for that. Okay, probably over the tool itself we'll make that changes, and I'll check that. Okay.
And Krishna, one more thing, just a suggestion. Is it possible to enable the captions, and can you share the captions with us, whatever we discuss?
Captions in sense?
In Zoom, we'll have captions, right? Whatever we talk, right? So automatically it will generate the wording.
Or transcriptor, you mean?
Transcript.
Yeah.
Transcriptor, I think this doesn't have a transcriptor activated, I believe. Let me check if that is there. I think probably I can share that also.
Yeah. That would be great. Thanks,
Okay,
Krishna, for
I'll let you know. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any questions, guys? Are we good with this DDL, DML, and DQL? And we'll stop it for today. Yeah. Any questions on this?